My name is Angelina Mendeville, and I'm going to be your instructor for this course. Now, you're just at the beginning of Foundations of Quality Improvement, and we're on a wonderful journey through your project management, change initiative, all that. So this is part of the start of it. So I'm excited to be your facilitator for this journey. Now, on this introductory video, I wanted to get you guys up and running on your discussion questions to make life a little bit easier. I know that some people are joining maybe after a gap in their education. This might be their first class in their master's program, or it might be their second class, or they might have joined right from ending their bachelor's and jumped right into the master's, or it might have been a decade before you've had a class. And so academic writing doesn't always come natural to everyone, and I completely understand that. So it can take some people a little bit of time to get back in the groove of things. So I'm going to be putting out a few videos anyway on how to format papers and get you up to speed rather quickly. And I do try to do my best on giving you some constructive feedback so that you can have a continuous improvement throughout this course with your paper, such as with APA writing or even sentence structure if that's needed. So to get us kicked off, let's talk about discussion questions, for example. Discussion questions are going to be due every Monday and Saturday, or Saturday and Monday, theoretically, by midnight, Arizona's time for Grand Canyon University. Discussion question 1 for the week will be due on Saturday, and DQ2 will be due on Mondays. So you have a little bit of a break in between. With these discussion questions, they're worth 5 points each and require a substantial response. And when I say substantial, that's usually about 300 to 400 words, which does not include your references. All of these responses to the discussion questions all need some type of peer-reviewed reference to support them. So make sure that you're backing up your claims with some type of evidence. But to get us kicked off, let's look at our first discussion question. So for discussion question 1, describe ethical issues that are commonly associated with continuous quality improvement. As a Christian worldview promotes ethical behavior, explain how ethical principles informed by a Christian perspective might be beneficial for Christians and non-Christians alike regarding continuous quality improvement. So my recommendation on how to tackle these discussion questions is to break them down in pieces so that you know 100% of the time that you've covered that part of the discussion question. So when I say break them down in pieces, let's do the header method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bold this and then describe the ethical issues that are commonly associated with continuous quality improvement. That's going to be one of the headers. As a Christian worldview promotes ethical behavior, explain how ethical principles informed by Christian perspective might be beneficial for Christians and non-Christians alike regarding continuous quality improvement. Okay, so that's a very long sentence. However, it's only one element. So we're going to type up our sentence here. There we go. And then we are just going to continue that and do up our write-up down here as well. And then make sure you put in your reference or references to follow. And that's how you can format your discussion posting, to break it down into parts and make sure you hit each part. So when you get done with that and you've answered that, again, when you go to do your word count, you're going to scroll up and look down here at the bottom. It's going to tell you 69 of how many words that you have in your document, but 69 would be the body of my discussion question. And I'm looking for 300 to 400 words there. So you can go ahead and copy that and post that in your discussion forum. And then that would be your first response right there. So let's do that with number 2 so that you can get the hang of this. So if we go to discussion question number 2, let's find out what it's asking. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to put it on my Word document. Using A minimum of 2 scholarly resources, so it's 1 and 2, that's a very specific one. Compare and contrast 2 different methods of quality improvement used in healthcare. So best recommendation is to break that up, compare, let's do a header method, so comparison. There we go. So compare and contrast 2 different methods of quality improvement used in healthcare. So here, instead of saying of 2 methods, you can put what the specific methods are. So when your instructor, who for this class is going to be me, goes to grade your assignment, then it's incredibly clear that you're hitting the key elements of the question. There's no ambiguity included there. And best recommendation when you go to do your papers is to use the header method. When we go to do our papers, for every assignment, there's going to be a rubric included, and the big main sections of the rubric should ultimately end up being your headers. And so it keeps the writer and you on track to make sure, again, there's no ambiguity, there's no confusion, and you're hitting everything that you need to do to make sure that you understand the key elements of what the objectives are for the week, but most importantly, earn all of your points that you want to get for your assignment. So after we've typed up our narrative and our responses, we'll just go ahead and copy this and paste it in the discussion postings. So I know that this is very straightforward method, but believe it or not, not everybody knows about it. And this method is a tried and true one that will keep you straight and narrow and make sure that you get all your points. And usually when I see this, I know that the student has covered everything that they usually need to, and they end up earning the majority of the points. Now with the discussion questions, there are so many correct responses to discussion questions. So as long as you have a supporting claim or reason or justification for why you answered it in that method, 99% of the time you should earn full credit on there. Alrighty, so that was just a little bit of a helpful tip to get you up and started, and I'll have more along the way. But if you ever have any questions, be sure to reach out because I'm always here to help. Just use your Halo messaging up here to contact me. You can reach me by text message, or you can even do the class questions. So, alrighty, until later.